Hello, everyone. It's me, Maria Esposito of Revolution 9. And for those of you that this is your first video that you're watching, I'm Maria Esposito, the owner of Revolution 9. We are a wholeness training, a wholeness wellness training guidance company. So, in a nutshell, I have been in the space of wholeness, wellness. In the space of mindset and health, mindset, emotional health, mental health. In a holistic space, and I use various forms of modalities and certifications to help people release, surrender, and thrive, in their lives. And I do this in a holistic practice using modalities of hypnotherapy, timeline therapy, neurolinguistic programming or NLP. And I use the beautiful divination tool of astronumerology. We're surrounded by numbers in our everyday lives, and using this as a keen awareness tool is also part of the package. And on top of that, coupled with my psychic, empathic, and intuitive abilities to truly create a holistic, with a W, way of helping people release what they're holding on internally, living in a space of trauma or survival, and letting go and thriving in a space of abundance. So, but that's not why I'm here. But today I actually wanted to come on and talk to you about my personal favorite modality of hypnosis or hypnotherapy. So it's interesting. Hollywood has painted a very unique picture of what hypnotists, hypnosis, trance, and exactly what that is. So I actually wanted to come and debunk and actually come in and truly explain, what is hypnosis, how it could have a profound transformational impact on your life, and truly what what hypnosis is, and how it could truly benefit you in your day-to-day life, in your mental well-being and your emotional well-being and health. So within Hollywood and movies, people seem to think that hypnotists or hypnotherapists that do more or less stage performances, people have this misconception, and it truly is a misconception, that you pretty much lose all control of your mind and your body when you're in a state of trance. So truly, what is, without going too technical into anything, and yes, you'll be gaining some knowledge and information based on my experience as a hypnotherapist and guiding clients through their hypnosis journeys. However, everything in life is perspective. So again, I'm giving you my perspective, my experience based on using it on myself, my family, and clients. So hypnosis, simply put, is a state of trance. Simple. So when we are in a state of hypnosis trance, we are still consciously aware of what's going on, but depending on the level of trance you're in, allows you to be more open to different possibilities. So to give you an example, when you're looking at Hollywood and how they've portrayed hypnosis, trance, say for example, as somebody who's doing a stage performance, and they're getting people to come in, putting them in various levels of trance, and then they're having them do really comic type of things. So the thing is that we all have an unconscious mind, and a state of trance only lessens the resistance to what we would normally allow ourselves to do or be. Now, let me rephrase that. If it's part of your values, your belief system, so we have filters within our reticular activating system that is embedded within our unconscious mind. These filters, which include your strategies, patterns, your languaging, your belief system, your values, all the core of what makes us as a human species is basically part of these filters within our unconscious mind. So if, for example, a hypnotist puts you in a medium to a deeper state of trance and they're asking you to act like a chicken, if that is something that is part of your belief system, something that you would normally do in a normal conscious state, the chances are, at a medium to a deep state of trance, the chances are you're going to act like a chicken. However, let's look on the flip side of that. If a hypnotist were to put you in a deeper state of trance and want you to go and rob a bank. Now, if it's part of your belief system, value system within those unconscious spaces, and yes, there's shadow sides there's duality. We are duality human beings. There's the light side and there's the shadow side. So for the average person, the average person's not going to go rob a bank. However, for the average person to go and get hypnotized and they were to say, go rob a bank, the chances are what will happen in that state, if it doesn't resonate at an unconscious level, that person will actually, their mind will pop them out of that state of trance. So simply put, their trance, we are all in a state of trance all the time at various levels. So to give you an example on a day-to-day basis, when we all daydream, when we are in a state of daydream, that's a light to a medium state of trance. Another example is when you're driving a car. We all, for the most of us, drive, and think to yourself, when you're driving, are you actually thinking on, okay, I gotta move the steering wheel this way to make a right. I need to go and press on the gas, press on the brake. Are you consciously telling yourself to do those things? No. You're unconsciously doing that. So you're in a state of trance because you're unconsciously able to maneuver. It's just like when you think about, spiritual people say, well, what makes your heart beat? What makes the blood move? Are you consciously telling yourself to do those things? No, it's unconsciously happening. So in different ways, these are different states of trance, okay, excluding your bodily functions and whatnot, but driving your vehicle as a means. Sometimes you'll be, rocking, you'll have some music on, you'll be rocking to it, you're in that state, you're feeling great, you're driving. You're in a very light state of trance while you're driving because you're not consciously thinking, you're not consciously making yourself do those things. So we are all in a state of trance. Now, for someone like myself that is a trainer and a master practitioner in hypnotherapy, you know, all I am is a guide and a facilitator. I could only, I have the abilities to induce various levels of states of trance, ideally, depending on what the need is and what the need is of the client, you know, the deeper we go into deeper levels of trance, we're able to uncover, really create release, create change, create whatever it is that the need is. So the deeper we go, we're able to access various levels of our unconscious. And that's all we're really doing. So as a facilitator and as your conduit to transformation, all I'm doing is inducing and creating various forms of fractionation so that you're able to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. So if we're doing a hypnotherapy session and it's a suggestive, we're not eliciting, we're not digging deep, we're not, looking for answers per se, and we are just, someone you're coming in for to decompress and de-stress, for example. We're going into a medium state of trance to be able to get your mind, body to be in a complete state of surrendering and relaxation. So, and providing your practitioner, your guide is in a high vibrational state, and they are in a state of being able to, and they're in an alignment state and there for the right purposes for your, and giving suggestions that are for your highest good, which is, for the most part, I don't really know any unaligned hypnotherapists, but again, everybody has their own intentions, and it's connecting to the people that you know, like, and trust. And, for the most part, all the people in my circles and all the practitioners and all the healers and all the service providers in the holistic space that I'm in are there to truly service, just as I am. We're here to serve humanity, to help move people to that next level, to decompress, to de-stress, to up level, whatever the need may be. So if you're coming in for a suggestive hypnotherapy session, your guide, your facilitator is inducing those various states of trance and giving you powerful, transformative suggestions that are going right into the area of your unconscious mind, subconscious minds, that where change happens quickly. Now, the other thing I want to point out is, it's kind of like, when you go to the gym, we'll use the gym analogy, and you want to spot train. You want to focus on building rock hard abs, for example. And yes, working out and spot training on those specific areas, you will eventually over time see the change. But ultimately, when you're working on your core is also attached to, areas of your back, your lats on the sides. Your body is interconnected holistically. So even though you're spot training on a certain area, doesn't necessarily mean that that's where you're going to see the results right away. It just means that, yes, you will over time notice the results, but you will notice holistically how things will shift and change. That is, I like to look at that as an example and give that as an example as when you're doing the inner mind work, if you're really truly wanting to create long-lasting permanent changes, you're doing that at a subconscious, unconscious level. That's where the change happens quicker, and that's where it happens more permanently. However, even though you're targeting a certain area or you have a certain problem, doesn't necessarily mean by going through a whole, even a breakthrough journey is what we offer. A 4-session breakthrough journey on a particular area that you're looking for change, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be exactly the way you think it should be. The way the mind works is that you're interconnected as a whole. So even though you may think that this is what the problem is, but deep down, there's a root cause to that problem. Again, for those of you who want to learn more about the subconscious, conscious, and the unconscious mind, please go back to my video that discusses the various minds. But as I was saying, when we're working at those levels and you're looking for creating that change, doesn't necessarily mean, that it's that problem that you have is going to go away. When we say doing the work, doing the inner work. So you're coming to me, you're looking for mental, emotional, and spiritual changes with a specificity in the area of emotional and mental well-being. That's my specialties. And creating those change, even though we're targeting this area, you're going to notice the beauty in doing the work, the inner work, as we say in this industry. You're going to notice the transformational changes in many aspects of our life, because we're literally like a spider web. We are all interconnected. So even though you may be looking and seeking release and change here, you're going to notice change in so many different facets of your life. And the power of hypnotherapy, it allows us to go into deeper, those various levels of trance, using different tools of suggestion or elicitation, and I also couple in your spirit guides. So whether that is something that you are open and receptive to or not, I also have different things that we're able to use for those of you that are open and receptive and aligned to working, at these spiritual levels, which create even further transformational change. So, but whether you are spiritual or not, it really doesn't make a difference, because at the end of the day, when it comes to working in a space of hypnotherapy and coming in and looking for that kind of change, we're able to work on many different levels. And again, the types of changes that hypnotherapy does, what that looks like to you and how that comes and how that shows up in your life is that, so using a presenting problem that you're coming in and you're looking, whether you're just doing a one hypnotherapy session, which is strictly suggestive, which opens up the gateways to possibly going through a breakthrough journey in truly shifting, changing, and releasing and transforming. That's a breakthrough journey. You are actually creating. It's actually opening up. So for example, if you're looking for shifts and changes in the area of business or career, if you're looking for changes in the area of relationships, you're looking for changes in the area of financial prosperity, you're looking for changes in health and wellness, or you're looking for changes in family, whatever that is, we like to target and we like to look at the, again, the body, mind, body, soul as a whole, and using hypnotherapy to induce, or again, there may be things that we need to elicit to bring to the surface. What are the root causes to these problems? What is the root cause that is creating this disease or discomfort or the state of survival or the state of being in a state of stress continuously, whether you're aware of it or not? Your body knows. Your body knows. So, the other thing I would like to share is that, and this is the other thing, even though hypnotherapy is a therapeutic type of modality, I also like to share that it's also, you could look at hypnotherapy as a massage. It's a massage for your mind. It's a massage for your, as we like to treat our physical bodies, by treating it with love, by going to the gym, by treating ourselves to manicures and pedicures and going to having a spa day and having massages or having a reflexology session, but reflexology, you're actually activating different parts of your internal body, but so we'll leave that out. But we tend to like to treat our physical bodies. So I like to share and say that, if you're looking to decompress from a stressful day or a stressful week or a stressful month or years, however long that may be, hypnotherapy is a phenomenal tool for even just creating that mental, emotional, and if you wish, spiritual release. That mental, emotional massage to the point where going through, even if you want, I provide, various customized forms of 1 hour hypnotherapy session, which is equivalent to probably going to the gym for several hours. When you have that mental, emotional release, what that does is that it actually re-energizes you. People that have come to me and have feel this sense of energized energy, motivation. And the beauty in it is not only is it such a therapeutic, space of beingness, you're also being induced with powerful suggestions in so many different areas. So for example, if you wanted to come in for your ultimate relaxation hypnotherapy session, not only is that creating change at an unconscious level and giving you that full mind, emotional, physical body relaxation, but you're also getting the subliminal suggestions that are going to create those changes. So, if you're a person that fears public speaking, you could come in and get that boost of confidence in being able to go on stage and be in that space of power. And a 1 hour hypnotherapy session will lessen the impacts of that anxiety and that stress. Or you're going into a really important meeting, or you're going into school for a test and you're worried that you may forget, whatever the case may be, we're able to customize based on what it is that you're looking for, and those inner desires, and decrease the fears and the negative emotions and increase the opposite of what you're currently experiencing, and creating those shifts and those changes unconsciously. And yes, all of that could be done, and you're actually in a state of complete relaxation. And it's actually when you're in a state of trance, you could also look at this as a time that you're giving to yourself or your body to truly heal quicker. So it's kind of like, how we say when you are in a state of like when you're sleeping at night, that's when our body is repairing itself. It's because the conscious mind is at rest, the unconscious mind is awake 24/7, and it's doing what it needs to do to heal the body. And that's when ultimately, when you're in your various REM states of sleep, your body is actually healing. So in a state of trance and going through a hypnotherapy session, you're actually giving your body the opportunity to heal from the day that you had, to repair itself, and to give yourself that self-love and be able to move forward in a space of feeling re-energized, motivated, confident, and ready to take on the world. So hypnotherapy doesn't have to be about, okay, let's get to the root of the problems. Some people may be ready for a journey like that. Some people may not be. And give yourself the love and the opportunity to even just decompress and relax your mind, your body, your emotions, and give yourself that mental and emotional massage. So, so that's pretty much, I think I covered a good chunk of hypnotherapy and what that does. By all means, anyone who decides to watch this video, have any questions about hypnosis, trance, and the ability and what that looks like, how this could, I think I shared quite a bit on how this could share and transform your life, as well as create even just now changes in how you're feeling right now, decompress. And the beauty is, the beauty of when you're working at unconscious, subconscious levels, and you're creating these shifts and changes, what's ultimately happening is you're letting go of resistance and you're opening yourself up to possibilities. And when you're opening yourself to those possibilities and creating those change unconsciously, you're actually giving yourself the opportunity to see things in a different light, in a different perspective. And that's the beauty in doing that inner work, is that being in a state of where you are right now prior to a hypnosis session, you may have not been able to see the possibilities of an answer to a question prior to that. And when you're able to release and create those changes subconsciously and unconsciously, you're opening yourself to the possibility of seeing a completely different perspective in all areas of your life. So that's the beauty in creating changes at those inner levels. So, and that's it. So thank you, everybody who watched this video. I thank you. I am so blessed, and I'm so grateful for all of you, for all of you that have been reaching out. Congratulations. I am here for you. It, as much as I love the transformation and the changes that are occurring, it just makes me feel so abundant to be able to not only share all of me now, but to be able to truly provide wisdom, provide perspective, and truly service humanity in a way that is needed. It's needed. And I think most of us, we need to start loving ourselves and looking at investing in ourselves as a means to self-love. Because if we don't have that self-love for ourselves, how can we give that love to anybody else? Change starts with you. Change starts with self. Sending you lots of love and light. Thank you. Sending you lots of love. For our next video, we will see what comes up, and I look forward to that day. Thank you.